UFC fighter, Rowe in the blue. Fan favorite, Gabriel Checco in the red.
Philip, ready? Gabriel, you ready? Fight!
Philip Rowe, signed, current active athlete, one of 3 currently signed to Dana White, athletes that we will see competing here tonight. Rowe, guys, you might have watched the pay-per-view last night. The pay-per-view, to remind you, was out of Florida. Rowe was there. Rowe has come across the country, I would suspect, on absolutely no sleep, and I don't know if he had to get a private charter or how exactly he found someone to get him here, but I saw him on the pay-per-view last night, okay? I saw him there last night. He made it out to Washington State, which is about as far across the country as you can possibly get, and he did it overnight. There's something known as jet lag. I've not seen any lack of energy here by Rowe so far. Gabriel Checco is very strong, and he just got underhooked and pushed across the cage and into the fence. Checco in the black, Philip Rowe in the blue. We're seeing more and more MMA fighters wanting to come over and get into submission underground. When I talk to the fighters that do that, Jillian Robertson comes to mind, Jessica I comes to mind, where I actually talk to them, they say, listen, this is what I need. We saw Lima Lay McFarland come over and Ryan Bader come over, and regardless of outcomes, I want to come back. I want to get these experiences. It's a little lower impact. I can get a match in on Sunday, I can be back to the gym on Monday. But I go through the same experiences, the travel, waking up in a hotel, getting to a venue, going through a warm-up process, going through a weigh-in and a media process, and going out there and competing. It's one of these experiences. It's such a value add, it's hard to explain. And the value I'm talking about is going out and getting those competitions, going through that experience, dealing with those nerves, fighting to compete with another person to the bitter end regardless of what happens. These are things you can lay in bed and dream about. These are things that you can go to practice and try to simulate. But you will never duplicate competition itself. Boy, Rowe brought his hand up there. I didn't know what was happening. Rowe brought his hand up. I thought perhaps he was caught a little tighter, but I think it was just the movement of his body mechanics. Gabriel Checco on top. Checco is grinding away there.
Big boy.
You don't like that, right?
This is a big boy.
Let's go.
This boy's big.
All right. All right. They're visiting a little bit there. I believe Philip Rowe told Checco, "You pretty big boy." Checco on top, looking to aggravate and irritate Philip Rowe. Gabriel Checco training in the mixed martial arts himself. Spoke with his coach Clayton Hires earlier this morning. Clayton Hires was in the corner last night of Uriah Hall. I got to tell you, whenever I see these guys talking to one another, and you want to know who's made this famous is Kevin Holland, right? And maybe he went a little bit too far, but Holland has made this like the thing to do now. And a lot of people that think Kevin Holland's really cool are going out and copying. We're seeing more guys talking. We even saw Masvidal do a little bit of it last night, just to use a recent example. I can't relate. I don't know if I've ever been in there with anyone that ever said a word to me. I don't know that I've ever spoken to anyone else. And I have one exception to that. I was fighting John Jones, and John took me down, which I didn't think he'd be able to do. I scrambled, I got back up to my feet, but I said something along the way to John about, oh, that was good, or oh, that was fast. I said something. But I know I said it because he asked me about it after the fight. Hey, man, you always talk to people like that? And the answer was no. I don't even know how it came out of my mouth that night. But the point is, I can't relate. You guys want to know why? Energy. I wasn't using that energy to do anything. All right, Checco's dropping down. He's got like a heel hook, or at least he's trying to finish that motion. The problem is he does not have a heel hook. He has the ankle lock like you would do a heel. Oh, I think Philip Rowe might have just had time on his side because I think Checco was starting to figure that position out. And Checco was looking as though he was trying to finish a heel hook, but he didn't have the heel. All right, Philip Rowe wins the toss. He said, I'm taking the back. All right, Philip Rowe taking the back. How'd you like to be in overtime while dealing with jet lag? Oh, by the way, you're locked in a steel cage with Gabriel Checco. All right, things don't get a whole lot worse in Philip Rowe's day, but he is not done. This is tight. He's going to be here for a little bit of time. All right, his foot came undone. He's trying to get that foot back in. If Philip can get that foot in, he can eat some real seconds here. The longer he holds Gabriel, Philip Rowe is back in this match, guys. Philip Rowe had asked the referee 30 seconds there. Hey, that's Philip Rowe is back in this match. Very much. Philip Rowe is dealing with some fatigue. He even said to the referee, can I have 5 minutes to chill?
All right, I'm good. Ready? Yeah. Go!
Referee said no. I'm not sure what part of this isn't rope-a-dope. I think Philip Rowe might be trying to lure somebody into thinking he's a little more fatigued because when it's time to go, he's going. He's out. 11 seconds. There is a 20-second lead right now. That's unofficial. That's Chael's clock. But there's a 20-second lead in this match by Philip Rowe.
Yeah. Go!
Philip Rowe is not only back in the match, he is in the lead by 20 seconds. Now, this is close. The referee can call this at any time. Boom, and he does. At any time, the referee can call that. That is a very sensitive position.
Give me 1 minute, I'll take him out. I just need to breathe. Okay.
That position was tested by Al Iaquinta. There were some learning experiences. Al got a tough call on that one, but there was a learning experience. All right, Checco's on the back. Checco's pulling that chin. He's just looking for distraction here. See where Philip Rowe has sunken down? See how Gabriel's lock is not on the shorts? It's starting to be on the shirt right now. Gabriel is trying to get low, and there he does. And I'm talking about with his legs. Now, this position is going to go on all day long as Philip Rowe just turns over. Philip only needs to turn a little bit. He gets just a little bit more. The referee will break this.
How many more we got in these?
Where we at?
All right.
You both each have one left.
I did the arm.
You want the arm?
Philip Rowe is going to go to the arm.
You should have did that.
Philip Rowe is leading anyone that will listen to believe that he is exhausted. That is not what I'm seeing. It's what I'm hearing.
Your configuration?
I'm aware that
Get your configuration?
I'm hearing he's tired. I'm not seeing it. Philip Rowe is going to go as long as this fight is going to go.
He gets his configuration.
But I think he has a psychological benefit, at least within his own mind, of making the opponent think he doesn't have much left. Oh, and look at him now, pretending he doesn't understand the rule as a way of catching his breath for a little bit longer. All right. Now, Checco hasn't moved. Checco's trying to get this leg over the head, but Checco has not moved, and this time is ticking down. Philip Rowe just needs to hold the position as long as he can. All right, he got about 15 seconds there. This one is awfully close right now, but we go to one more. One more stanza by Gabriel Checco, and if Checco can hold this, he can win. No, Checco said arm. Gabriel Checco taking a risk. He does not need a submission. He needs time. He is getting greedy and looking for the submission. Let's see what happens here. Philip Rowe comes out of this thing. He can win this contest. Time is very close. Time is very close. If Philip Rowe can stop all the way over, you notice that Gabriel is bringing up that right arm. He's bringing that arm because if Philip can step both legs over, he will be out of jeopardy. Philip Rowe trying to bring that second leg over. He needs to get them both. Time is ticking, and this one is close. Rowe just needs to bring that right leg, the right leg. If that knee comes over the head and touches the mat, he will have defended the position. But as long as the arm stays in play, the referee will let this go on. I'm trying to manage the clock, and look at this here as Rowe's trying to manage the joint. If he can't pull that arm through, we're not going to go to time. Checco's going to win this by submission. Rowe needs to explode. He needs to really explode and pull that arm through. And there is a tap. There is a tap, Gabriel Checco.
Let's go.
Gabriel Checco has submitted Philip Rowe. And I must tell you, between the jet lag and the size, I mean, Philip Rowe looked pretty darn good. He really did. That was a very valiant performance. I don't believe that Philip Rowe is as tired as he would like us to believe. I think there was some gamesmanship there. It's not what I saw. I saw Philip Rowe going to the bitter end, but the end has come. Kevin Keeney?
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner due to armbar at 59 seconds in the bottom half of overtime round number 3, Gabriel Checco!